Right, well, hello there everyone. Yes, initial apologies as usual for the poor quality of the audio on this. Yeah, what can one say? Whatever you're watching on, whack it up. Yeah. Right, a mate of mine said to me the other day, he said, Dave, why don't you do one of your rants about all this EU lark? I thought, well, for a start, I don't do rants. I do I offer considered opinion on the contemporary events of the day. But anyway, whatever. The EU. Now, what do I know about the EU? Yeah, well, in a word, squat. Yeah, but you know, don't stop anyone else, so I'll give it a go. Right. So let's consider for a start what both sides are saying. Yeah, I mean the Remain camp. Yeah, they're telling us if we leave, the four horsemen of the apocalypse are going to appear. World War III is going to break out apparently, and there'll be general wailing and gnashing of teeth. Now, what do the leave people tell us? Well, if we remain, the four horsemen of the apocalypse are going to appear alongside 78 million Turks who are all going to want to move over here, wailing, gnashing of teeth, etc. So, I mean, you know, we're getting a lot of well, it's all fairly ludicrous, isn't it? You know, we're getting a load of ludicrous stuff. I've got my hand up here, so this fella's looking at me. Got all this ludicrous claims going on. So I thought, well, just before I go on about this, let's just consider for a start, why are we having a EU referendum? You know, well, it's been called by David Cameron, hasn't it? You know, Cameron has called this. He's put, you know, World War III on the table. You know, why has he done this? You know, why you know, it's such a disaster if we leave. Why give us the opportunity to leave? Well, it's purely and simply because before the last election, it was scared stiff of the Tories losing votes to UKIP, thus losing the election. So he thought he'd blunt their guns and call an EU referendum. Hence, he has put party before country. Although I doubt he'd admit that, but that's where we are. Where we are. So anyway, let's try and break it down a bit. There's all these people looking at me. Well, let's look at the economic implications of if we leave. I mean, we've got all sorts of things. I mean, the Remain camp are telling us, you know, we're going to lose our European markets. 800,000 jobs are going to go down the Swanee. Recession, austerity, blah blah blah. The Leave camp tell us, well, we can, you know, take out new markets, and you know, we're getting all these claims and counterclaims. But essentially, I think what is apparent to me about all this is that nobody really knows what will happen. Nobody knows really what the financial implications of us leaving would be. So really, I don't think it's somebody we really consider when casting our votes, to be honest. So what are the considerations we've got? Well, immigration. It's a biggie, isn't it? Yeah. Immigration. Well, the truth of it is, okay, we could leave the EU. But no magic wand, you know, would be waved should we do that. I mean, we would still have trade agreement with Europe. I mean, you know, stands to reason we're going to stop trading with them or them with us. Now we consider other countries that are in that position: Norway, Sweden, not Sweden, Switzerland. Yes, do something with began with an S. Norway and Switzerland, they've got like trade agreements with Europe, and as part of that, they have the same as us, an open door policy to EU workers. In fact, EU anyone, as far as I know. So I just got to think a bit here. I'm thinking where I'm going here. Right, yeah. Yeah, I lost my thread there. So, you know, we would still, if we left, we would still have to have the open borders for those within the EU. So the immigration thing, I don't think it's going to change. If we leave, I don't think there's going to be a great deal of change there. So let's look at something else. We'll make this the last thing. I don't want to go on too long, do I? What about the European Court of Human Rights? Now that has a bad press, doesn't it? That has a bad press, that amongst certain parts of our media. Well, you do tend to hear about, you know, the mass murderers we can't deport, and you know, all this, that, and the other. But I think it does a lot of good, you know, that we don't that we don't hear about. And another thing I would say is, just consider, George Osborne, our esteemed Chancellor, some of the stuff he's been coming out with of late. I mean, it was, was it a couple of months ago he wanted to take money off the disabled. I think his backbenchers revolted over that. And then prior to that, he wanted to take money off the lowest paid. He was going to cut the tax credits. Again, I think there was a revolt over that as well. So this is the Tory mentality. It ain't gone away. We talk about, no more are they, the nasty party and all this stuff, but that is the Tory mentality. Still certainly in the higher echelons. And who knows, God help us, George Osborne could be the next leader of the Tory party. Now, bear in mind, much as I admire Jeremy Corbyn, I don't think Labour are going to win an election under his leadership. So we could be looking at, 5-6 years of Tory government. And we, we could use any friend we've got. And I think the European Court of Human Rights is, could well be a buffer, between, the Tories and their, certain of them, their aspirations. So there is that to be borne in mind. But overall, my conclusion about the EU is basically I don't think much will change. I really don't think, even if we left, I don't think we are going to experience a great deal of change. And to put it in a broader context, it's like Europe, the way it's gone, the way it's going, I think it's fatally holed below the waterline. I don't think we can continue with it the way we are. In theory, it was a good thing, but in practice, it's not working out. To the extent that we're now seeing the rise of the far right on the continent, so I don't think anyone would think it was a good thing. Even people voting for them probably don't really want to be voting for them. But I mean, what we've had with Europe is effectively an ideology foisted upon the good people of Europe without mandate. It's been decided in the upper echelons, how things are going to go, potentially a federal Europe, and that is what people appear to be aiming for. So yeah, an ideology without mandate, it's a very dangerous thing. And just to broaden it again, I mean, in the short term, I don't think a vote would make much of a difference. I think there is a world hierarchy, a world order, if you like, a world established order. And these people, the ones who at least are accountable, will move heaven and earth to secure your vote. But they will also move heaven and earth to make sure you never have any power or any power of any note. Simply because, I mean, you consider people power in the past, like when communism failed, and the Eastern Bloc countries, how their governments all toppled, a united, people with purpose. Look at the Arab Spring. There it is again. I think there was a genuine fear amongst, the hierarchy, the world order, whatever you want to call it, of people power. Now, generally, in the developed nations at least, people are, where they want them to be. But our vote on Europe, thanks to, a fool panicking, we've actually been given a vote on something quite significant here. And I think the world, we've got Obama saying, oh, don't do it, we've got all the IMF, all these international bodies saying, oh, don't do it. I think there's a general fear that, we could start something here. The small step could lead to big things, domino effect and all that. Once people taste, a bit of power, who knows where it could lead. So in that respect, I mean, I'm not saying I haven't decided which way I'm voting really, but there is that. We could send a signal to the powers that be. But anyway, we are where we are. I mean. Well, we've got, Freddy Krueger in 11 Downing Street. We've got Charlie Caroli in number 10. We're well blessed, aren't we? Eh? Anyway, I think I've spoken enough. If you've come this far with me, then thank you very much for listening, and sorry about the audio again. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to I'm going to turn the camera around and show you a bit of Greater Manchester in the rush hour, and if you're really lucky I might play you some vibes as well. So thanks for listening, have a good day.
And I forget just what I taste. Oh yeah.